Hey folks, this is Keough with a new training video for you, and in this video you're going to see some assorted training over the span of about a week. I know it's been a little while since I've done one of these. There are a couple of reasons why I haven't done one in about a week. The first reason why is because I've been taking video and training so that I can watch my technique on all of my lifts, but I just haven't really wanted to put something together for a video in a while. And the second reason why is because ever since I did my last meet, which is now, I guess, a couple of weeks ago, ever since I've come back and gotten back into training, I've just, I don't know exactly how to describe the feeling, but I felt really down and kind of depressed about where I am right now. And I think there are a few reasons why that's the case. The first one, of course, is because I've gone from doing a very intense training cycle, and I've experienced the high of a competition that I've been building towards for quite a while, and that I wanted to do for quite a while, and now I don't really have that anymore. I'm just back in the gym training, and it's going to be a long time before I do my next competition, so the training isn't terribly exciting right now, and I'm overhauling a lot of things, and that's definitely been that's definitely been hard for my ego to handle, to go back and try and overhaul all of my lifts and try to again break things down and rebuild my technique base. That's been difficult to deal with. It's also been hard because I had chased a good meet for a long time, and I hadn't had one in a good time, and in a long time, sorry, and I finally did have one, and it took like 3 or 4 meets before I finally had what I felt was a good performance. And for whatever reason, I just felt kind of lost coming off of that performance. Like, I didn't know exactly what to do next since I had finally hit my goal. Now, of course, there's always going to be another goal, and you reorient yourself in relation to that goal, but I've always had this weird relationship to competition, in that I push for something as hard as I can for as long as I can, and then when I get it, I find out that I didn't really want it in the first place, or it wasn't really all that important to me in the first place. And so when I finally broke my total, I suppose I was happy, but I kind of just I didn't really respond emotionally to it at all, and since then I do feel a sense of accomplishment for what I've done, but it certainly has not made me feel content. It certainly has not made me feel excited with what I've done. I feel the same as before, to be perfectly honest with you, and I imagine that's going to be the case for as long as I do this. I'm never going to feel a true sense of fulfillment from participating in this sport. Competitions are always going to leave me with this feeling of emptiness. And so I've been trying to deal with that. And it's very weird, but I've had this experience before, actually, in other venues in life, in which I really pushed for something, and then when I get it, I find out that I didn't really want it in the first place. The other thing that's hard to deal with, I feel like, is the attention associated with having a good performance. I'm becoming more and more a member of a powerlifting community, and this is going to sound extremely hypocritical coming from somebody who has a YouTube channel with a ton of videos and has, I think, a pretty public personality. I mean, I don't hide in anonymity. I'm out there on the internet, and so it's going to sound hypocritical, but I really don't particularly like the attention that comes with being successful in the sport. I don't. I would much prefer to have some control over my visibility, and I don't have that control anymore. Now, this isn't to say that I think I'm some big superstar, but it's a very strange feeling when you realize that there exist people that know who you are, and you've never met them, you've never spoken to them, you don't know their name. That's a very strange experience, and it's one that I'm still not quite comfortable with. It's one that I still can't quite wrap my head around. And I have this channel, number one, because it allows for me to meet with people and talk with people, and number two, because it gives me the opportunity to chronicle my training. It lets me watch my own training, but I've never really thought about this as a YouTube channel. I don't really want to be a public personality. This is just the way I feel I can best help contribute to the sport in a positive manner, get people interested in powerlifting, get people motivated to do powerlifting. And the hard part is you become a very visible person, and you have to cope with that. And I don't really like that attention. And socially, I'm I'm not the most extroverted person you'll ever meet. So I'm trying to deal with all of that right now. And I feel like things are getting better. I had a better week of training. I'm scaling back the extent to which I'm overhauling my lifts, and I'm making sure that there's still space in my training in order to have some fun. And that's become a renewed focus. I'm still, as you saw with the 290 for 5, I'm still working on overhauling my squat. So I am bringing my stance out. I am really working on my technique. That is the lift that I'm overhauling. But for the other two, I'm experimenting with some other things. Here I did some seated good mornings for my thoracic and some standing good mornings later for my hamstrings. I'm experimenting with some other movements. I'm experimenting with some other approaches to performing the main lifts. And I'm just trying to have fun while at the same time making this as productive as possible. So I wanted to do a long video so that I could talk about what's going on with me emotionally right now. I figure maybe it's something that other people will respond to or other people will understand. So if you have any questions on the training, which I didn't talk about at all, feel free to ask me those questions, and I'll do my best to answer them. Anyway, that's basically all I have. I will have more videos like this coming up pretty soon, so I'm going to start making them again. Keep checking in. I will have more for you very soon.